traveled to a small town after meeting up surreptitiously outside of the Serpent Hills towards a small settlement by the name of the Borskar Bridge. There you stayed the night after making a spectacle of yourself, flying around on a magic carpet and landing in front of Bolo's Tent-Side Inn. You stayed the night there with the innkeep halfling woman by the name of Rachel, who, after you all pumped her full of gold, gave you a great deal of information about a dwarf in purple robes that had been moving northward into the Serpent Hills towards the rumored location of the Tomb of Diderius. Apparently, this dwarf in purple robes had saved the town from the scaled creatures that somehow lived in the Serpent Hills far deep into the furthest reaches of that locale. After staying the night, you all... Hey, that's not the right music.
Suddenly,
shit happened.
Didn't we end in
After
combat?
staying the night, you all
bad dream.
traveled northward, following both Tiberon and Leaf's guidance, navigation, fleetfoot as you flew the magic carpet, towards the Tomb of Diderius, and made such great time you actually arrived about a half day before you should have. You all went inside after seeing and communicating with a number of statues at the entryway of the tomb. Giving them an answer, you weren't sure if it was correct or not, as they asked you if you were seeking wisdom or knowledge. As you made your way inside, stared under the hood of a number of statues, and ended up confronting a chimera made entirely of tiles. Dispatching it quickly, you all continued traveling through this tomb and stone locale, finding a few traps, but Leotaurus, with his discerning eye, located a dumbwaiter and set of stairs that took you into a room just off the side of a hallway tilting down between a set of rooms. You all made your way down a set of stairs and emerged in what looked to be an ornate and lavish bedchamber, replete with fine silks, linens, dark woods, and glinting treasure. But just as your eyes began to discern these things, a number of wraiths and specters emerged from all around you and jumped in surprise on the entire group. Some of you sustaining some pretty heavy blows and
not dying completely.
A couple of Constitution saving throws that were very fucking important.
Yeah, I gotta love that legendary action.
That Black Dragon Mask, man. You all were able to thankfully dispatch those terrors of the night as they faded away into the ether. You all find yourself now, once again, in this lavish bedchamber, about 20 feet across, about 40 feet across by 40 feet across in a square room. 2 bookshelves, a large bed. Panting, tired. Leotaurus just coming back from being invisible as your cape brought you back into being.
Love that cape.
You all looking tired, harried, bruised, and scarred, though not physically. The scarring that these entities left on you was internal scarring. You feel the wear on your own internal self as opposed to your psyche, as opposed to your physical body. I ask you now, what would you all like to do?
Should we all rest first?
Yeah, I'm taking a long rest if anyone's down.
Safe to rest in here, do you think?
We'll just
I'm
keep
okay.
watch.
You asked that? Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Tibbs.
So I had stepped away when we first found the room. The glinting treasures, is that actual treasure or was that what the wraiths?
So
I missed the description.
15.
15? I'd say give me an investigation check.
I'm fine resting here if we think it's safe. My only concern is if we're here to find
Diderius?
No,
Verum?
what's his Verum? Excuse me.
17.
I had the list of them. I think Greg has it. If we're here to find Verum, like we're already far.
Well, but
already
we're a
behind
week
him.
behind him.
Yeah.
Like, that's with the campfire and everything.
But if
like,
he's still here,
So I would say between the two of you, Fleetfoot and Tyrone, kind of looking around, you'd be able to find the following things. You find on the main bookshelf that's quite large with five rows of books. Most of these have decayed beyond recognition, but there is one. But you find a number of magical treatises and notes on divination that have somehow withstood the ravages of time. They detail some practices of spell casting of ancient Netheril.
Ooh.
I'm going to go ahead and pocket those.
Look as if they'll fetch a pretty penny if they're sold.
it was a book.
You also
No, nothing at all.
find a crumbling book titled
Just some divination paper, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't like it.
Transubstantiality across potentialities. Transubstantiality across potentialities.
Wow, that's
Potentialities.
that's complicated.
Stuck between the bed and the wall
Sounds
itself.
expensive.
Does sound expensive.
You find a silver ewer and 4 goblets next to the bed. So a ewer would essentially be just chalice, a fairly large chalice. You notice inside the ewer there is this foaming and flowing gas that is gray and silver and a bit ethereal flowing from inside. You also notice, oh goodness, a chest that when opened, there are 7 silk robes of varying colors that seem to have made it, are free from rot, seemingly protected magic. They look to be worth
Are
a
these
little bit.
dragon cult robes or just silk robes?
Give me an intelligence check. Actually, let's change the music because this is too nice. By the way, if you guys can't see me, or hear me rather, let me know.
That would be a 6.
They don't look similar, but you can't be sure.
But you said they look like they would fetch a pretty penny?
Based on your knowledge, yeah, they look like they fetch pretty penny. You also notice inside that chest there is an amethyst set silver ring.
Ooh.
And 2 scrolls that seem to contain some etchings of arcane typing across them as well.
Hey.
Hey,
Can't
look at
you use some magic fleet to figure out what this stuff might be?
Detect magic.
I got a wand for that.
You've used one of its charges, am I correct? 1 or 2?
1.
1, yeah, in
I
this
believe
state,
it's
yeah.
1 as well. Mine
How
might
many
Yeah,
do
it's
you have?
I
1.
want to double check. 1?
Because yeah, that's right.
How many charges does it have per day?
3,
3
Oh,
charges.
cool.
because just
We
so.
might need to.
But
chat
one
later.
charge is for 1 item, right?
1 charge is for the spell Detect Magic for 10 minutes. It
Oh,
range.
not-
You don't have to concentrate. It is the wand performing the Detect Magic. And it's within any detects magic within 30 feet. 30
Oh, that's
feet.
just
I
Detect magic.
have identify. That's what
you
I'm
have
thinking.
Identify.
That's I keep
Okay.
yeah.
You can also cast it ritually. I know
Which
that
is with yeah.
with
I
that
just
pearl that you borrow from Leo.
let me just go ahead and take that.
Like, fine.
So
Well,
are you
if-
casting Detect Magic?
Yeah, I'm casting identify.
Okay, so
As a
let me
ritual.
back up because with your investigation check, you also noticed that there is a loose brick in the wall opposite the bed that seems to be jutting out about 2.5 inches from the other bricks in the wall itself.
All in all,
Hey, does Tip see that
with
too, or is
yours, you would have just missed it.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
I'm gonna pull out the brick.
So removing the brick, you notice carved into that small setting, about 6 inches by 3 inches, 3 inches deep, you see there are some strange dull purple and black glowing runes carved into the very end of this brick.
Wow.
Carved like the wall has a hole and they're just carved
The
in,
brick is removed and they're carved actually in the stone behind the brick.
but I can't remove them.
Give me an Arcana check.
Can I help with that?
If you,
Because
You know
could
what?
probably see him.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
So that'd be an Arcana check with advantage.
It's a natural 20.
Okay, you would recognize these immediately. These are
Glyphs of Boom Boom.
glyphs of binding. You would know from the wraiths and specters you encounter. there were only 2 wraiths, but there were 4 specters. You would also know with that roll that wraiths tend to summon these specters from the deceased bodies of those who had fallen around them. Wraiths, however, cannot be destroyed unless their binding is destroyed, as they are constant guards. So, when a wraith is destroyed from its physical world, it will then return
Eventually.
24 hours from when it was
Unless
destroyed.
the glyphs that are now I'm looking at. Do I know how to destroy glyphs? I know how to
With
make
that-
one.
With that roll, you would know, and with your knowledge of Arcana, you would understand that even though as a bard you've learned it, like, hey, this seems cool to do. Like when I
Let's try
sing,
this.
lightning comes out of my hands. This is neat. So when I beatbox, swords come out of nowhere.
Try spinning. That's
really
a cool
put-
trick.
You would
Nice
know
kid, don't get cocky.
that glyphs are very delicate, and once drawn, even the smallest mar over that glyph interrupts the magical flow.
I would like to interrupt as soon as all of this knowledge comes flooding to me.
So you take your
Just claw, scratch them right out.
as you scratch through, you see the glyphs, and there is a strange black ethereal dust that just flows from them. No harm, just the magic being interrupted. You all would hear this crackle of arcane energy from the corner as it shatters.
Don't worry, guys, I didn't wraith any time.
What was that?
It's the wraiths were, that's where they came from.
Like you broke a seal or something?
A glyph, yeah, but I mean essentially, yeah.
Are you sure it's the only one?
You want to look? There were 3, and we only fought 2 wraiths.
But did you break
So
the
I
seal?
buy 2 get 1 free. Yeah, I wiped them out. That's what these are good for.
But did you break 2 of them though?
No, I got all 3 of them.
Wow.
You guys want? You can check it out if you want.
I trust you.
Yeah.
Do we want
Now it's safe to sleep here.
Yeah. Do we want to rest here and take watch?
I'm gonna keep looking and identifying.
Okay, so are you going to be ritual casting this?
Yes.
Okay, so while you begin that's a 10-minute cast per. What are you going to be identifying?
The 2 scrolls and the ring.
Okay, that works.
Because the treatises and stuff I realize are just divination. Like it's not.
They are with your, because of your cloak, you'd be able to look at them and be able to understand the types of items that they're discussing. The language is foreign to you, but your comprehend languages allows you to read it nonetheless.
But it's not like just a gee, I wonder what this does. Like it's describing.
yes, you would
Okay.
understand.
So
based
yeah,
on
the
reading.
ring and the 2 scrolls.
You got it. You begin doing that. While that is happening, Tiberon, Balasar, and Leotaurus. Anything you'd like to be doing? By the way, at this point, you notice that Leaf has kind of gone and sat in the corner, and he looks to be deep in thought, just not necessarily all there at this point.
Bally, how you feeling?
Oh, I've been better.
Well, why don't we rest here? I can take first watch if you and Leo wanna sleep.
Okay, that sounds good to me. And I'll go find the nearest wall and prop up there.
I'll go.
Weren't there beds in the room?
There's
There's
one
a bed.
fairly large bed, actually. It looks pretty
Okay.
luxurious.
I'll go sit next to Mac.
All right, that'll
I don't
work.
want to like disturb him while he's ritual casting, but
Just pet me.
yeah.
Okay, so you all continue your watch. Perception check for me, Tiberon, as you take your watch. Leo, would you like to bed down as well?
I would like to bed down, and then I would like to also take watch.
Perfect. Then I'll say your watch is immediately after Tiberon's.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
A 9. It's dark. Even with your dark vision, you begin to notice. I would say this, Tiberon. You feel a small pang of hunger, and you think to yourself, I'd like to eat. As you pull out just a bit of a ration of what you had found and hunted in the days prior, you notice that the meat that you had been carrying is entirely spoiled, inedible, and fragrant, pungent of rapidly spoiled meat. And you would know that
Was
When
that in the
you-
bag of holding or just your?
he
I
has
think
no
it's-
bag of holding.
Yeah,
It is?
I don't have a bag of holding, so it would be like just
it wasn't our.
No.
my rations.
Trying to
So
figure
I'd say if from your hunting, you would have a number of
Okay.
meat that you would have.
Just stuff.
The meat that you pull out to partake, just kind of on a whim, spoiled.
Can I take a deeper look at it to see if I can find out how fast it was spoiled?
Survival check. So what you find in your identifying, if you take 10 minutes, there's about 30 minutes in total, you find a ring of poison resistance. That is the amethyst set ring. And each scroll is a protection from energy. So, I will go ahead and add those to your inventory.
I would like to put the ring on.
Okay, so then if you would, that takes some attunement, so you'll take 30 minutes to do that.
I rolled a 10 perception.
So on the
Meat.
survival check?
Yeah, on the survival. Oh, sorry. Yeah, survival.
So I would say, with your knowledge, that was the DC. So with your knowledge, this spoiled far too quickly from when you've just gotten it. I would even say with that roll, just kind of checking the other bits in your pack, every single bit of food that you had been carrying, spoiled and inedible.
Interesting. Are you done?
Has that time, like, are we that far forward, or you're...
So I would say if you're going to, at this point, you would have found the ring. If you wish to begin to attune to it, that's going to
Another
take an
30
additional
minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you'd say, yeah, you would likely relay all of this to Tybron and be like, hey, I found these things. Also, wearing it. So you said to yourself,
Well, go ahead, just gonna pop that right on.
wearing it.
Do you want my poison-resistant leather armor that I made? Actually, I think I left it. Never mind.
Yeah,
No,
you guys, you did dump that in the
I,
cave,
du-
didn't you?
I dumped it on the cave. Kind of shedding my thing. Hey, Mac.
What's up?
Wondering if we could have a chat.
Sure.
Everyone.
Like here, or like...
Yeah, no, everyone's sleeping yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't-
okay. This
yeah,
is...
yeah.
Got you.
So I know that you've got some trepidation about my bow and everything, so I just was wondering if we could have a conversation about that.
Yeah. It's just really weird. Like...
Yeah, it's weird. It is. I still don't know a lot about it, but it has shared a lot of history that I find fascinating, especially since he says he's the grandson of Bahamut.
And I'm not saying that that information won't come in handy.
Yeah.
Just motives.
No, yeah, of course. I'd be willing to let you take a look at it, so maybe it can help with some of your uneasement,
Like, you need me to identify it?
if you want to. I don't know if that would help you sense any motive or...
Can I identify without holding it? Or do I have to hold it?
You would need to be in contact with the object in question.
If you hold it, I'm not touching it, I'm not taking it on my own. I don't
course.
like voices in my head.
Of course.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Alright.
I just hold it out, and I would assume that I would probably have had a conversation with Fox.
I was gonna... Do you need to tell him?
internally, because I have a telepathic
Yeah, yeah.
bond with
It's
him,
telepathic, yeah.
so he knows not to
You would have...
intrude on anybody else.
Fox would just have given you a...
Yeah.
That is totally fine.
So
Feel free.
I just hold it out.
So I'll, as little contact as I can make with it.
Like I'll hold it out, just like outstretched with two hands.
So as you draw the identify circle and glyphs and sit down to ritually prepare and cast this spell, you are flooded with what looks to be an ancient history of a great silver dragon. Ancient, tasked with guarding and protecting artifacts of draconic lore. And all at once racked with a terrible sadness. Deep to your core, penetrating, and you try to throw up shields to protect yourself from this invasion of emotion. But due to the nature of the spell giving you the intense history of the item, this oppressive...
Is he like? Can I see anything while he's doing this? Like, can I?
Be up for Fleetfoot to tell you.
No, like, can I can I see
So
him
give
being
me an
like?
insight check.
12. Sorry, I can't math.
How are you sitting?
I mean, just like knelt, just like barely touching it. I don't know that I would show
Okay.
much expression. Eyes closed, just kind of.
Okay.
Got it.
I
Because
didn't know if
I've
you were like gasping or like, kind of like when you're overwhelmed and you can kind of
between
like.
the cloak, I think the only reason that I'm not showing more is because the cloak really meant like I saw Tiamat.
No, yeah.
So I think that
The only thing I ask is if I would have seen him struggling or just kind of being overwhelmed, I would have
Yeah, I would say given the nature of the cloak and the impact it's had, there would be
just like
little
hand
to-
on the shoulder, like I'm here, I haven't left.
Within the ritual cast and the identify spell, it's very limited to what sort of extrasensory perception you would have at this point, extra person, whatever the perception
Yeah.
you'd have on feel and touch. So during this feeling of oppressive sadness, you would also see a very small insight into how this great silver dragon, you would learn the name is Falk's Templement. The bow's name is Falxian, the Great Protector. Is the named bow, as when his form shifted, he had assigned himself. You would know that there are 3 settings for gems that are very similar to the ones on the Dark Dancer. Although where yours seem to be set for gems, these seem to be set in a very strange shape that you've seen many times on the dragons that you have faced, in the same setting as their scales. You would also know that this this bow develops based upon the relationship with the wielder and the attuned, begins to form a partnership with the wielder, and in doing so, much like the Dark Dancer, as you have begun to recognize, unlocks potentially greater abilities. The last thing you see before is a small glimpse of the sealing ritual, in which Falk's, from his perspective, there is an ancient, aged, pale gray-skinned individual, very little hair, bald, wearing flowing black robes with silver trim. And as his hand moves in front of your eyes, seeing through in this scene and setting, you notice that his hand has very little flesh, but a great deal of exposed bone. And in doing so, you feel a great pain, then a divine will of resistance, and then a fleeing sensation into the nearest object, which happened to be a bow.
So as I come out of it, I'm going to grab the bow and just say, who was the one that tried to turn you into a Draco Lich? Not to Tibbs necessarily, like, that's the way I'm looking, but...
Yeah.
You saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would hear it.
You would hear, there was a small tendril of thought, very small, and almost in a whisper you would hear, Semaster.
Sylvester?
Semaster.
S-M-M-A-S-T-E-R.
Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, what you know I'm gonna turn you into a Draco Lich?
Oh, yo, Adrian! I didn't do it!
Hey, yo, Falxion, get in the bow.
Get in the bow!
Yeah.
Do I notice, does his bow have any scales on it in those 3 spots?
There are none.
You need to get you some scales, and I'll pull out the Dark Dancer and show him, like, the gems.
Did you learn anything about it? I ask because I want to know as much as I can about him, and from what the conversation and the visions we've shared and the knowledge he's shared with me, I know about what has happened with him. I don't know too much about his potential. I've tried putting scales in there, but they're resistant, almost like they don't fit, they don't belong there. I put in, and I pull out one of...
I was going to say, do you have any...
Yeah, I
on
pull
you?
out one of Glasael's scales again, and I put it back in. We've tried this before, and I put it back in, and I show
So
him.
you would notice as he places the scale into the bow, the Glasael is a large dragon. You yourself have seen a young dragon, and you've seen an adult dragon. However, and they're not to be trifled with. They're fairly large beings. However, the setting for this scale on this bow is larger still. And as Tiberon places the white scale of Glasael, slightly faded due to time, you see a burst of... Which setting are you placing it in? Do you have one on the top, one on the bottom, and one in the middle by the grip?
Probably the first one I see, the top,
So
closest to the top.
places it into the top next to where the bowstring actually is set at the top of the bow. You see a spark of what looks to be silver, gold, copper, bronze. Then the scale is forcibly rejected.
I'll catch it, hand it back, and say, you're going to need a bigger scale than that.
That's what I thought.
Have you asked Fox? Can't believe I'm referencing it by name. You asked him about it?
Yeah.
And he doesn't know?
He doesn't know. He can feel it. He can sense it from the conversations we've had. I don't know if they need to be gifted. If they're taken by force, maybe they're not working. Maybe we don't need chromatic ones. Maybe we need metallic dragons. We don't know.
I think you need the silver, gold, copper, and I think they got to be bigger. Like mine, I find gemstones, and I can tell when I get them.
Okay.
So if you have scales, I will look at them, but if nothing you've tried yet work, then you need a bigger scale.
I only have the white ones from Glasael.
Then we got to kill a bigger dragon.
Well, yeah. Or just be gifted them. Metallics are supposed to be friendly.
Well,
Good, excuse me. They're supposed to have better intentions.
there we go. As far as the bow goes, you have the bond, you have attuned. I've seen what I need to see.
I just don't want there to be any distrust between you and I. By my time spent alone, I really realized that I don't need to be alone anymore, and the bond that we have as the Meat Soup group is something that I didn't realize that I was missing.
Well, it's good to have you back. It was never a problem with you. It was with the bow, and it seems like he got dealt a rough hand as well. So the more talking bows, the merrier.
I'll still have him leave you alone.
I would appreciate that. If we come across any other scales, let me know.
Cool.
I'm on the hunt for gemstones, so.
I'll keep an eye.
But it makes it do some really cool things.
Fox is pretty interesting right now. I can't imagine what potential he could have to help us.
Can I pull out the Dark Dancer and play the storm so it turns into a longsword? Just does some really cool things.
Yeah, so you see Fleetfoot remove the Dark Dancer, which you were there when he acquired. It is the same deep mahogany and cherry wood. The trim is an ebony wood as well, all stained with the beautiful silver strings. And as he does, you see that there are two gems currently set. One is a dark opal that you were not there when it was gathered, and then as well as a ruby that are both set into different locations on the lute itself. He then takes it, places his fingers in a unique setting, and then strums a chord. And as you do, it is discordant in its rhythm, and it is powerful, deep, and it reverberates in your chest. As it plays, you feel this almost unearthly call to action. And as it does, you hear the shing, and the lute shifts into a large long sword, still retaining its ability to play song, but the edges sharp on both sides, black, almost metallic, but you know from looking, seemingly still made of the same wood.
Now that is one hell of a story.
You're not wrong.
I reach out to shake your hand.
I will return the shake. It's good to have you back.
Thanks, Mac.
So with that, your watch continues with very.
Do you have any food?
Ooh, this is actually important.
Mine all went bad way too fast than it should have, and I'm starving.
It went bad?
Yeah, I pull it out and show him.
That's an appropriate reaction.
Put it. When did you get this?
While I was waiting for you guys, so it's not but a couple of days old.
Do you think something turned it?
Might be something in here.
Can I tell without detecting? Because detect magic wouldn't detect if something was cast on it.
So I will say, you cast detect magic as you entered this location. When you did, you felt a dull glow and pulse of magic emanating from the entire locale. The magic that you detected was abjuration and transformation.
So I would have an idea that
you would have an inkling
maybe it had something to do with it.
I simply tell this to you so that Fleetfoot can make the assumptions he wishes to make. Whether or not they're true, we'd have to roll for it.
Did anything else rot? Do you have anything?
All my food is bad.
Herbs.
Can I pull out my component pouch to see if anything's bad?
If you wish, yeah.
Yeah, anything that I would use.
You notice
Basic
that your
components.
spell casting components, those that are not intended to be eaten nor that are edible, still retain their form. Although
I don't think I have anything else food-wise.
there does seem to be a bit of a gray tinge.
Great.
Gray, yes.
Lisa,
Valley, go ahead and take your long rest. Same with you, Leo. Go ahead and take your long rest.
Yeah, right.
these components are okay, but they don't look the way they normally do.
Well, those aren't things you would eat.
Correct. But they're still going bad.
And the pages were rotted in the bookshelf, but the
Yeah.
robes were untouched in the chest.
Yeah. Should we take that chest?
Can I go in? Balasar is still asleep.
Yeah.
Can I get into the bag of holding and pull out some meat?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
I would love to.
Yeah. Let's see if you wake Balasar up.
Can I help him with that?
Or me.
You know what?
What's your
I'll
sleight of hand?
allow it. Go ahead
With
and
advantage?
make it with advantage because I have this great image of the two
Oh.
of you tiptoeing over to
Plus
Balasar's
eight.
sleeping
Oh, okay.
form
Mine's
against
plus
the
4,
wall.
so yeah, you win.
How about 25?
Okay. So you both stand up and tiptoe over to Balasar's sleeping form, leaned against the wall. And after rifling through
Like
his
10 over.
clothes and armor, you see he's out like a light. First of all, you notice that this last encounter wore him out,
If I know Balasar, I'm not tiptoeing. I'm just walking over.
and you find it on his where's the bag of holding normally held? Is it on your belt pouch?
Yeah.
Find it on the side on the belt pouch on his right hand side. Are you able to pick it open? Stick your hand in. What do you think of?
Do we have? I'm not sure what all food we have.
A
What do
ration
we
pack.
have?
Is
In
there
the
like?
bag of holding, there is no food.
We have no food.
If you want to look through my rations, I have a couple.
I'd let you keep the sleight of hand check if you'd like to look for it.
Yep. Finding nothing in the bag of holding.
You stick your hand in the bag and think, food. Food. Kind of grope around in the bag a little bit more. Food. Look at Tiberon and share the... No fucking food.
Should have thought about
Continue
this one.
to pick around Balasar's form, and you do find his rations.
Just a small piece.
Even before you locate them, you touch them, and they dissolve into dust in your hand.
I'm gonna pull my hand out quick and seal the bag back up.
Okay.
That's not normal.
We should probably
So I have no rations.
hurry.
Everybody's rations are now bad. You can go ahead and remove them from your inventory.
I didn't have any. So.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
we wake them up? As little
We-
time as we can spend in here.
Yeah, but we're gonna need a rest too, though.
How much time has passed?
At this point, you're approaching about 3 hours, so your watch will be coming to an end.
I mean, I can take a short rest if we can just
mean-
spend the last of it doing a short rest. I can use.
I can
hit
short
dice.
rest. I'm only down
You would be risking a point of exhaustion if you do not.
with only a
receive
short rest.
If you don't take a long rest, then
We need to rest. I mean, the rations are gone.
Yeah.
Obviously, nothing else is decaying.
You know.
It's not
So you want to
anything
take a
but
rest?
food.
before-
While we're here, we should.
Okay.
Okay,
We should tell the others too when they.
Okay. So
wake up.
whenever watch is over.
you got it. So your watch comes to an end, and go to wake up Leo, who expressed interest in taking the second watch, and wake him up for his watch. Anything you'd like to say as the transition happens?
So the rations are ruined.
Oh.
There's something in here that makes everything. Also, hello, good morning, welcome. Let me
Thank
start
you.
there.
Thank you.
Sorry. So everything that you can eat gets ruined immediately,
Awesome.
but it doesn't seem to be affecting anything else. But if you want to just keep an eye out for that, and also there's no food,
Okay.
so
We need to get food.
we
need to hurry.
We need to hurry.
Okay.
But we
Cool.
also need to rest. So.
So awesome. You guys go rest. I'll watch, and we'll see where this takes us.
You got it. Okay, give me a perception check. for me,
Sorry.
please.
Sorry that took so long.
No, that's okay. I love it. I love it. Don't apologize.
I feel better about the bow now.
Okay. It's all intents to let you actually
17.
cast that.
17.
Yes.
Okay. Leotaurus, you know yourself very well, and after sitting for about 30 minutes and having everybody else be asleep, you get rather bored. So you stand up and begin to walk down and around the room, inspecting the stairwell, walking up, seeing the
Oh, yeah.
dumbwaiter still there, and just kind of taking laps. On your first walk down this hallway, you notice that there is a large wooden door that stands about 10 feet in height, because as you've all noticed, the ceilings are only at about 10, the most you've ever seen is 15 feet in height at any given time. This door, however, you see hastily scrawled in chalk, in very broken common, the word beware, danger, on the side. And you see it underlined. You also notice that on the other side with that roll, some chalk dust seems to be emitting from underneath the door as well, as if a soft, gentle breeze is moving it through the location as you take your watch down the hallway. And then as you turn, you can return down on your watch and see that looking down the hallway, your friends are still sleeping just fine in what looks to be the ancient bedchambers, but this door has writing.
Okay, so I'm gonna avoid that door for right now.
Seems like a plan.
And then I'm gonna wait for everybody to wake up.
Okay.
And then tell them about the door. Or whoever's coming in for the next
You got
watch.
it. I'd say for sake of brevity, Balasar would be taking the last watch as he conked the fuck out after that fight.
Makes sense.
So, after about 2 hours, Leo, your watch comes to a close, and you wake up Balasar as he's lying against the wall, still coming to after a deep, deep sleep. Anything you'd like to say as you send him on his watch?
There's a door over there that says danger beware.
Perfect. Great.
I was thinking that we should probably avoid that door until we're all awake.
Well, I'm not going over there.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea for any of us to go over there individually to check it out.
Makes
So, yeah, just beware.
Yeah.
Danger.
Danger.
Thanks for the heads up. Anything else happen?
Well, oh yes. Oh, all of our food is gone.
I love that because that's actually something that would happen with Leo in character.
Like,
I love that
exactly.
betrayal. Narratively, that
Like,
makes so much sense.
What? Like,
Yeah. All of our food's gone.
Anyway, have a good
It
watch.
disintegrated.
okay,
Have a
well,
good watch.
I have food, so that's good.
No, you don't.
Sorry, you reach down to inspect your rations.
Where the fuck are my rations?
Ash in your hands.
Ash. No one necessarily took them.
Did someone burn my... What? My food is at...
Yeah, that's what that's what the other guys told me. That's what the other guys told me. Basically, all of our food's gone.
Alright, I guess I'll just sit here and not eat any food.
I'm very sorry, brah. I know you're a big brah. You need to eat, but
Alright, well, thanks. Guess
Alright.
we'll go get food when everyone's awake, I hope.
Okay.
well, I don't know. Are we gonna even try to open that door? Cause that door seems a little dangerous.
We'll see. I don't know.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll decide this afterwards together.
Fleetfoot rolls
Alright.
over. Yes, we're opening the door. No, no one ate your food. Please go on watch and wake me up in 4 hours.
Jeez, nosy.
So,
That's where it's asleep.
so with that, Balasar, you take your watch. Leo, you go back down into a well-deserved sleep. Balasar, give me a perception check for your watch. Just generally, and then anything else you'd like to do, we can do that on top. That was a weird sentence.
13.
13, good to know, thank you.
I'd like to make 3/4 of a gallon of honey in the alchemy jug.
Okay. So, you take out the jug, and you look
Who are you,
inside,
Pooh Bear?
Shut up.
and you say, honey. And
I don't think honey would move that fast.
honey appears in the alchemy jug.
I'm gonna try and eat some of my honey and see what happens.
So you take out the honey, lick it, sweet, pretty sweet. Then as you look at it, the honey within the alchemy jug begins to darken in front of your eyes. Reaching in again to take another bite, sickly sweet, way too sweet. Then it becomes from a darker liquid almost to an amber, a deep, deep amber color, and becomes less of a syrup and more of an actual.
I'm gonna start eating faster.
You begin tasting the transition as you eat from honey to
Mead?
very stale mead to a vinegar over the course of about 20 minutes.
There, that's the point.
As soon as, like, after 15 or so minutes pass, you're like, this is vinegar. It is essentially staled.
Oh well, I got some food.
It's odd, man. It's odd.
It's better than the mayonnaise I was gonna try.
Oh, I'm very happy you didn't.
Haven't described
DM
that.
speaking, super happy. So yeah, I would say at this point you all, actually Balasar, in the evening, you barely pick up, and it's almost at just a whisper, but it seems as if both from above through the stairwell and just down the hallway you hear a very slight, it's tough to describe. It almost sounds like parchment being lightly rubbed over stone.
That's oddly specific.
What's our doorway look like?
It is 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide. Wooden doors. There is a very obvious latch and lock.
And it is closed.
And it is closed. And just as Leotoris stated, you notice that there is "Beware, Danger" written on the door.
And that's the only door that's in...
Outside of the stairwell that you all came down and the dumbwaiter that took you back up into this locale, yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to take note of that.
Good to know. I say, David, you rolled like a natural 20 for that stealth check, man. Good for you, dude. Moving in and out. Yeah, you, when you came back in with the... Oh. So, your watch continues without any other input, and you all come to consciousness, wake up again in the morning, sore a little bit, kind of shaking out the soreness.
Long rested, though?
Long rest, so everyone will receive the benefits of a long rest. It is at this point that Leaf informs you all that to continue on, but he will be remaining in this location just to meditate and kind of search in the chambers that you all have seen. He's actually been very much drawn to the well that you all located in the last time, so he wants to do a little bit of recon on that.
With the big hole in it?
Yes.
Hey, if you guys are hungry, I can make you some honey, but you have to eat it really fast. It rots like in 10 minutes.
Isn't that every 24 hours you get to use the alchemy gun?
I can still make a quarter of a gallon still.
Oh, good to know.
Good planning.
You got to pour out the rotted vinegar, though.
Yeah. I think I would have done that.
I'd rather just have some rations from your pack, and then I'll look at tips.
He already knows. Sorry.
What?
I think he already knows, doesn't he?
Oh,
I
that
didn't
all the
tell
food
him
goes
that.
bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry
We should
about
probably hurry up in here, too, and
I-
get out as fast as we can.
that. Anything
So-
else happen during the night?
We found this door that says "Danger, Beware" on it. I don't know if you guys really want to check it out, or if we should leave to try and actually find food.
I ate earlier, so I'm good.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
honey.
be okay.
And as a note, you all would know that you can survive without food for a while. It takes about 2 days before anything negative begins happening to you without food, but you're just going to be very uncomfortable and hungry.
I say we press on in here.
Irritable.
Yeah, I say we save that quarter gallon for later
Yeah.
on, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go check out this door.
All right.
Okay, so what would you all like to do? Approaching the door, you do notice that on
that
it.
it's locked and all that kind of stuff. So then I would like to try and open it with my sleight of hand.
Okay, lockpicking check, slide a hand with your proficiency bonus, please.
That's gonna be.
You can't roll lower than a 10 on this, right?
I can't roll lower than a 10, and my sleight of hand's plus 11, so it's not less than a 21.
Good to know. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, yeah, 21.
Okay, 21.
Yeah.
You are able to bring out your tools, and you all see Leotoris deftly remove his lock-picking tools. And you have not seen anyone move with this level of sheer expertise with a set of tools in a very long time. You would imagine that your time spent actually out and about adventuring has resulted in this sheer mastery of this toolkit. And in very little time, you're and
That's pretty cool.
the door
Yeah,
opens
I'm
slightly.
getting pretty good at this.
I'll say.
As the door opens, what hits you first is the smell.
Okay.
It's unlike anything you've ever really smelled before. It is actually once before. Yeah, once. Exactly one time.
When we came into the
Except for
village.
you, Tybron.
When we came
Um,
into the village. And the bodies. And the
It
babies.
smells of...
I was there.
It
Those are the
smells of
episodes from-
sulfur, oddly, with an overlay of strange dust-like decay in a room that's... When you walk into a room that has not been touched for years, and there's this just general smell of decay and dust, but overlaid sulfur.
So does it smell like death?
Sulfur.
It
and
smells
dust.
odd. I don't know. For Tybron, I'm not sure it would smell like. You know what? Give me an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
That's actually pretty good. 18.
This does not smell like any death you've encountered. You would know with that roll, it'd be very limited knowledge, but what really is striking and what you can't place, and the reason it's intriguing to you is because sulfur is odd. You've never smelled that before in terms of in terms of standard decay or age. The sulfur is strange. You can't necessarily place it though.
Can I do a primeval awareness?
If you'd like, yeah.
I'm going to look for sulfur would be a fiend, I think. I'm going to do it for fiends.
Okay.
Because it's aberration, celestials, dragons, elemental, fae, or fiend are undead. So I'm going to try fiend.
Okay. So you cast primeval awareness?
Yep.
Extending, and you all see, as you inform the group, you see Tybron kneel for a moment and place 3 fingers on the ground and meditate very inwardly as the door begins to swing open in front of you. And for the minute, you concentrate. No fiends.
Okay.
All right. So then, as soon as that door opens, I'm stealthing.
All right, give me a stealth check. The door continues to open. Looking inside, it looks like to be an old dining hall.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace on the group.
21.
So 31 plus 10 for the stealth check, by the way. So you're in Elara. You're in the next campaign.
You've stealthed into a different campaign.
Cool. You know, you make the noise that night elves make when World of Warcraft when they stealth.
Everyone has to stay within 30 feet of me, though.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough.
So I will stealth as well.
You stealthy. You all progress into the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
My stealth is 30.
Okay. Yeah. Tybron and you guys watch them just blend into the very apparent shadows, even within the darkness in the locale. Would you like to be stealthy as well, Fleetfoot?
Well, I see in them like, oh, or would we do okay, and then 25.
Good enough. You are.
Wow, everybody's rolling really good.
Balasar, would you like to stealth as well? Or are you good?
Nope.
Balasar strolls right in the room. Unless I'm speaking for you, would you like to just bust in the room? It's dark, and you do not have dark vision. Oh, you do.
I do actually.
You're right. That
That
mask,
mask, though.
man. That mask. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so progressing into the room, it is an old dining hall. You see on the door you walked in, it looks as if the one that you have open has Dane and then D-A-N and then G-E-R written on the other side, on this side of the door as well. In this room, what you see that's so strange. Actually, I'd ask for everybody to give me a perception check.
7.
It's dark, Fleetfoot.
Yeah, I can see in the dark, and it's dark.
It's real dark. Well, you can see shapes.
Natural 20.
Cool, thank you.
16.
16, thank you.
8.
8. Tybron, you're actually the only one who makes this out. There are 5, and with that roll, you're able to just barely make out the strange discoloration in a not large, it's about a 3-foot by 2-foot pool of ichor on the ground. It's a very dark black liquid that seems to be dried, and there are 5 of them in the room. The smell of sulfur seems to be coming very distinctly from these pools of dried liquid.
It's dried.
Dried, yes. Walking up and touching it, it is dried. From
Don't
here,
touch it.
you notice there is a doorway on the right-hand side that is closed and says danger. And immediately in front of you, there is another doorway that is closed as well, and written on it in chalk, you're able to make out that says safe. And that'd be Leo and Tybron seeing this. Balasar and Fleetfoot walking into the room.
It's
It's
dark.
pretty dark, and it smells pretty damn bad. It's a little distracting.
Do you tell us what the doors say?
Yes, I tell them what the doors say. Hey, danger and safe.
I mean, that one said danger.
Yeah, we should probably go the danger route.
I mean, it's no danger in here. I know it says safe, but what if that's a trap?
I don't trust no sign.
Tibbs?
Through the danger door.
Through the danger door.
Danger
Yeah.
door? I mean,
Is
it's,
that one locked as well?
Do you progress and inspect the door?
Yep.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Okay. 10.
10. You inspect, and after looking, doesn't seem locked.
Okay. Can I check for traps though?
You can.
Since I know it's not locked.
You can give me an investigation check. Yes.
Okay. So that one's a little better. It's 16.
Okay. Checking the door and the frame. Everybody kind of watching Leo do his thing on the door jamb beneath the door and the sides, and looking at the mechanisms itself that he would expect to see there typically on a door like this. Doesn't seem to be trapped.
Okay. So then I'm going to stealthily open the door.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Sure.
And the
Sorry.
door.
That's
I still have passed out that trace on too.
Yep. That lasts for 10 minutes, right?
An hour.
An hour. Thank you.
So that's a 16 plus 11.
Plus 10. So
37.
37.
37.
What's the other campaign like?
Hey guys, how's Anna Yor? The door opens, and you all see inside a fairly large chamber. There is a massive dais raised in the center of the room as you look through the door. And seated on the dais, you're just able to make out with your vision, all of you, and your passive perception, be able to see what looks to be a large chair-like structure, and seated on it there is a bulky figure. You're unable to make out exactly what it is.
How far away is it?
From your perspective at this point, it is about 20 feet away.
I'm going to reach out to Fulks and see if he can sense anything
Okay.
or see anything of this look or sound familiar.
As you reach out to him, I'm looking as well. Tyrone, I hate to tell you, but I seem to be blocked from sensing much. It's happened ever since we've entered this place.
Okay.
I'd like to cast a message at the figure ahead.
Okay.
Who are you?
So as you cast message pointing, you hear this, and though you don't see it, you almost sense a gaze on you. And a deep and booming voice emanates from this figure. Ye who seek Diderius' insight must first furnish tribute. That Diderius might work his mighty magic. Lay such tribute at my feet, or depart.
I'm gonna pull out the potentiality, because that was the book you said that looked very high value.
So that was a book that you noticed. That is the only one that is. It's still kind of decayed, but you were able to make out the.
But, I had the treatises.
You had treatises that look to be of high value.
How many of those?
About 4.
And Diderius was a divination. Yeah.
Looking at this point with the figure speaking, you notice that at the base of this dais and large, what you now recognize as a throne, there seems to be piles and piles of glittering coin, gems, all piled at the feet of this figure.
Oh, he a gold digger.
I will walk up very, very, very slowly,
Okay.
and I will place at the feet of the thing or over in the pile of stuff 10 white dragon scales.
Okay. The golem head looks at you. Your offering is found worthy.
We'll finally breathe.
And it sits to rest. At this close, Tyron, you notice that this figure is clad in purple robes. A long white beard seems to be extending from his figure. And give me an intelligence check.
I'm gonna slowly put the treatises back in.
12.
You notice that this is not humanoid. It looks to be almost I hesitate to say construct, but you are not detecting any real biological life
So
essence.
it's not alive.
By normal means.
It's not biological. Okay.
Yes.
I will gracefully step back.
Okay. You do so. What are the rest of you all doing?
I'll look at Tibbs and say, does that tribute cover all of us? Or do we all have to leave?
I ask the construct, do you require tribute from all of us?
I mean, I could have done.
At which point the head turns from you, Tybron, and looks back over at the three of you and says, "Ye who seek Diderius' insight must
I would
first
assume.
furnish tribute, that Diderius' work, his mighty magic. Lay such tribute at my feet, or depart."
I will step forward and pull out one of the treatises and put it down very delicately and hold my breath again.
The eyes do not follow you as you walk to the base of the dais. And as you place the treatise, the head and looks down at you. "Your tribute is worthy."
Thank you. I'm gonna walk over next to Tibbs.
You guys, I don't have anything. Like, the only thing I have is, like, money.
I mean, there's money on it.
Hey, before you leave, give me one of those.
One of what?
Those things that you just pulled out.
I only had one.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to go to
Money?
my bag of holding
Okay.
and pull out a very long sword.
Okay. And
Okay.
you
It
place
is my father's glaive.
the +2 fucking glaive. Shit.
You still have the Dragonbone greatsword I gave you too, right?
You also have Hazaron.
Ooh, can you give
Wait,
me
which
that?
Did you put that in my inventory?
I need to, but it's a +2 glaive. I'll put it in inventory right now. I might have forgotten.
Can you give
Because
me,
I haven't actually seen it. I just
Oh shoot, then I might not have. Let me put those items in your bag right now. But it is a +2 glaive.
Yeah.
I think
Just
I
so
gave you
know.
the Dragonbone greatsword too,
Balasar.
right?
before you...
D&D Beyond, everybody. Managing equipment. I'm not doing it well.
I mean, we don't know how little works as tribute. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, fine. I will pull out 1 copper and throw it down at the pile.
Balasar, you might wanna.
His head spins to look at you. Your tribute is... And there's a very long pause. Worthy.
Oh.
Wow.
well, I want to take my scroll back.
Alright.
The offering has been made, guys. You don't know what would happen if you try to take it back, but
Yeah.
you can
I mean, I'm not
certainly-
going to.
You can
Maybe on the way
certainly
out.
try.
As we're running.
Alright, okay. So then I'm going to go up and throw 1 copper as well.
The head.
Actually, I don't have any copper, so I'm just gonna throw a silver.
On the pile as it glitters around you. The head rotates to look at you, Leo. Your tribute is worthy.
Okay.
And with that, the head goes continuing to face forward. And as you look behind you where the head is facing, there are actually 2 doors, both about 10 feet apart from each other, that he is facing. And you see the figure and come to rest.
No markings on either door.
None that you can see.
I will take a step closer to the doors.
Okay.
Very
Moving closer
slow.
to the doors. Doesn't seem to be any markings.
I mean, he said we could pass. Like,
Yeah.
But which door is it?
Wait, there's a door on the right or the left?
So you've entered the door, walked straight ahead to the figure on your left sitting on the throne, the very large, let me emphasize, very large figure sitting on your left-hand side. He's looking directly across his back to a wall. As you are in this very dark room, you are looking where his gaze is, which would be immediately behind you or on the right-hand side of the room that you originally walked in. There are 2 doors, each set 10 feet apart from each other.
Alright, so.
Go to the left one.
Go to the left door. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna open the left door and walk in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walking in is
Walking in stealthily.
Give me a stealth check.
Too late.
Walking in it is just. Walking
It's like
in,
40.
you see what
No,
looks to
no,
be
no. You guys are saying it
Rose.
wrong. If it's like 10 or less, I mean 9 or less, then it's automatically a 10.
yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
yeah, it's busted.
Gotcha.
And then
So-
with pass
so
without a
it's
trace, it's
18
another
plus
10 on
Yeah.
top.
So it's an
Wait,
automatic
oh,
You
20.
so with pass without a
Oh.
trace,
Yeah.
the spell that Tiburon cast on top of you, that's an additional 10 to whatever your total
So
is.
it's automatic 20.
Oh, okay. So I
Rogue
just got an
abilities.
18.
Plus 11 for 39 for 29 plus 10 for 39.
Okay.
Leotaurus
gone.
disappears into the shadows. You all have
Bye,
no
guys.
idea where Leo is.
Bye, guys.
Fucking Vax over here. So you all walk in and you see rows and rows of bookshelves. Immediately the smell of musty paper overcomes you. Inside you notice that there is a long table as well as 3 smaller tables near the side on the back of the room. Floating in the space, you notice an ethereal shape. Not without any, you feel no malice from this figure, and as you do, you see this ghostly figure of a woman appear before you. As you enter the room, she comes to you, and
Who are you to come and visit?
Balzar.
I am Ilda,
Who?
an apprentice of Diderius.
Oh, that's who we're looking for.
And she just kind of disappears into the shadow and appears once more, now much closer to you, Balasar, just beside you. And as her form progresses towards you, you feel an unnatural chill.
You'll find him much deeper into the tomb.
Do you have a map?
I can point you the way past the divination pool, but you must give me what I seek.
And what is it you
What is
seek?
that?
She reappears beside you, Tybron.
I seek to bring this study to what it once was. In life, filled with great knowledge of divination.
And she just kind of hovers in front of you.
I don't know how we could help with that.
And how can we help you with that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step back.
I would say give me a religion check for those of you who are interested.
I am, but my religion's horrible.
17.
Fleetfoot, big old step backwards. 17, Tybron, thank you.
17.
17, Balasar, thank you.
Oh, 19.
19. Okay,
I
all
just
3
rolled
of you
really
would know, through different stories and tales of your upbringing, that ghosts only exist because they are tied to completing a very specific task that they feel needs to be set, that they feel responsible for in their afterlife. Something that
Unfinished
they-
business.
Yeah, unfinished business, 100%. So, but once this business is fulfilled, then their spirits can be freed. Based upon what you would know, asking to organize, and as you look around in this library and study, disheveled, in pieces, you would gather there is something very specific that this entity is looking to return to this locale.
Like there's books out of place and whatnot.
You would assume.
I'm gonna pull.
Have you had recent visitors?
Her head turns and you see the jaw kind of hanging
A
unhinged.
dwarf,
bit.
mayhaps.
I have not seen anyone for centuries.
Now I'll pull out the potentiality. Is this what you're looking for?
The head
I'm not moving closer either.
turns and her form, and she appears in front of you.
This is my charge.
teach me
And her spectral arms reach out.
teach me anything in the ways of divination?
She looks to you and her eyes begin to glow a dull purple. And you hear her whisper all around your head, and all of you would hear this echoing in the vicinity.
My master studied a great deal of divination magics. The pool requires sacrifice, something you hold dear, but can give you great visions of the future, if you wish.
I'll hand her the book.
And as you touch it,
The revelations can also cost you greatly.
with that, her form fades away towards the bookshelves. And with it, the book disappearing.
There we go.
Guess we continue forward.
Well, she's gonna give us directions, right? She said past the divination pool, but like, where
Is she gone? Gone?
She has disappeared.
Oh, I
based
thought
on
she went over to the bookshelf.
She disappeared into the bookshelf with the book.
Oh.
Is there another door in this room? Like, does it continue or?
So, looking around, I would say that you would notice that there's the door that you entered through, and then there's one immediately on the right-hand side, just in front of one of the large tables, about 15 feet in front of you.
Go
Onward.
That one.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll kind of push. I'm guessing Balasar's still in the front. I'll kind of push past him and lead the way.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
As you open the
divination.
door,
Oh, just gonna sneak right past you.
as you open the door, you are immediately overcome with the smell of a very rich and decadent incense. It fills your nose. Yeah. But imagine that, but super concentrate, like an eau de toilette of Nagchomp, just overwhelming you as you enter the room. As you enter the room, there is an unfamiliar voice that whispers in all of your ears, and it says,
Humility proffered in the manner of the Mistral shelters those opening and seeking knowledge in this way.
and then disappears.
Is there any doors in this room?
There looks to be two doors. One leading back into the throne room that you had entered from. Oh, three actually. The door that you just came through. The door entering the throne
Which
room that
would
is
have been the
closed.
door on the right.
The door on
Yeah.
the right, absolutely. You would surmise, and then one directly ahead of you.
I'll go through that one.
Yeah, moving forward.
Okay. As you progress through this room, you notice that there are 6 sarcophagi lining the room as well. Very ornate.
I want to
in
go
their make.
look at one.
Okay, while you're progressing the door, and as you hear this, as the door opens, very neat, you go to inspect, give me an investigation check, so this is all happening simultaneously. You all hear this,
13.
That's not good.
13.
Like clockwork.
So the noise is distracting. You just notice this very ornate sarcophagi with a number of arcane runes carved in it.
As soon as it starts making that noise, I'm stealthing.
All right, are you in the doorway? Who's in the doorway? Is
I
it
mean-
just Balasar and you all are in the room?
So this is the room with the sarcophagi.
Mm-hmm.
Tips is up at that. Balasar you went straight
I
ahead.
went straight to the door, yeah.
Yep.
Then I would be continuing behind him. Like
Yeah.
I'm
So you
trying to
go-
get through this.
Got it. Oh. Okay. This is all going to happen very quickly. So, Leo, where were you?
I'm probably right behind them, to be honest.
Okay, everyone you three give me a perception check.
22.
Good to know.
Can we use my passive?
Huh?
7.
Good to know. It's loud. It's very odd. And Balasar's blocking your way. Leo.
Oh, am I doing a
check.
perception
Yeah,
as well?
You're doing a perception check as well. While Tiberon is investigating this
I got a
sarcophagi.
natural 20.
Perfect. Leo, as you duck down into the shadows and move out of the way, you see, and Balasar, you see as well, this massive 15-foot wide and tall sphere rolling towards you, covered in spikes that are seemingly ivory in color. And as it does, it down the hallway towards you. I'm going to need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Leo, seeing this on that nat 20, I'm going to give you advantage.
Can I dimension door?
You didn't see it?
That's why I was like, what's happening? Oh.
You need one from me too?
Not from you. You are out. You are outside of the doorway. You would hear this come, and this. It sounds like a steam engine just.
A deck save, you said?
A deck save.
Oh.
So I hear it,
You hear it.
but
So you're hearing it and looking to your left, where Balasar has just opened the door, and there was a audible
Even
click.
so I'm like out of the way.
Very much so.
23.
About 15 feet. 23. Thank you.
Wow, you did good.
I did.
17.
17. Thank you.
Can I cast a spell?
I'll allow it.
I would like to cast Reduce.
On.
The giant thing coming towards me.
Okay, you can certainly try. So you and cast reduce, and it reduces to about 7 feet in
Aw.
size.
Good job.
And as it does, it makes its way through the door
Faster.
and picks up speed, and will now make it through the door. In this case, instead of just stopping at it, the DC of your deck saves just went up a little bit. Damn it! So you all take. Wowza. Okay. Fleetfoot and Leo, you made the save and are able to nimbly dodge out of the way.
Well, that means
Balasar.
I get nothing because it's a dex saving throw.
Yes, that is true with evasion, so you suffer no damage. Balasar, that is 16 plus 8 is 24 plus 2 is 26. You suffer 26 points of bludgeoning damage or slashing.
Does
fuck.
it not drop the damage because it's small?
So it did drop the damage. It was going to be 4d8 for each of these rolls, and it's just 2d8 for each of them now. So
Okay.
it's 16 points of piercing damage and 10 points of slashing damage as this bone-covered boulder slams into you. And due to its reduced size, it does not... Give me a strength saving throw, actually. Fleetfoot, you're able to barely make it out of the way. You take 8 and then 5, so 12 points of damage total. 13. You're able to stop this massive amalgamation of bone shards and stone that has plummeted down the hallway to you and just kind of bits of bone sticking into your hands and making slight dents in your armor.
And I'm okay.
You just watch this thing shrink and careen through the door.
I have 3 standard health potions left, so I'm going to give one to Balasar and I'm going to take one myself.
You got it. So that's 2d4 plus 2. 2d4 plus 4.
I need to cut that down to 1.
Wait, it's 2d4,
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
Here, for your health. Not good.
It also prevented it from exploding too, which is nice. So good call, Balasar, on the reduce.
Thought it might work.
Yeah.
What was your health?
Not good.
Yeah, same. They went bad too, it's fine.
So do you all continue forward?
Did I see anything at the sarcophagus? Just
With that roll, it was just very intricate carving.
Okay.
Seemed to be.
Yeah, I'll continue up the hallway.
I was gonna say,
with
what-
that spikes.
While he's holding it, like, thanks.
So you find yourself walking up the very same hallway that Leotaurus inspected and noted the dumbwaiter taking you down to the living quarters, emerging back into the room where the tile mosaic, once ruined, now lies in pieces throughout the room.
So we went in a big circle.
So we made a loop.
That you did.
So let's go back. Well, no, because the 2 doors
Well,
connected.
Let's keep going on the same path we did, but let's go to the right this time.
So you guys go back down into...
Well, which right?
The
We did
first,
2 different rooms
because
to the left.
So in the dining hall, the
Right.
only door that you all did not take is the door in the dining hall. That was
Oh,
marked
okay.
safe.
okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the one that was connecting, but that
No.
was
Okay.
in the Great Hall. Okay.
To the safe door.
So you all progress after a number of minutes, arriving back in this, I know this room, make a quick U-turn and make your way back into the dining hall, back to the safe door. Do you push it open and proceed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Okie dokie.
Oh, gotta get a music change.
No, just open it up. I was checking the time for you. So you all make it into, as you push open the door and you progress into this long gallery, you see in the dark light, it's very tough to make out a lot. It's a fairly large room. I'd say everybody give me a perception check.
18.
14, 18, cool.
14.
14,
So that'd be 8.
8.
Are you? I meant to get rid because I have comprehend languages as one of my spells, and I meant to get rid of it at my last long rest. Can I go ahead and do that?
Absolutely. Cool. Am I okay with that? No, I'm an ass. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and get rid of
I
it.
just realized. I was like, why do I still have it?
I'm wearing a cloak that does it for me.
I don't need it no more.
Pardon me. Inside this large chamber, you all would see a magic pool at the very far end. And surrounding it, you see the shapes of what look to be a number, at least 24 fallen humanoids. With a number of what look to be wooden shafts sticking from their body, scattered in the room that's about 40 feet wide and 80 feet long based upon your first little walk around with that perception check, and the large empty pool that is 15 feet by 15 feet circular, so 15 feet in diameter, towards the end of the room itself.
Leo, you might want to take point on this one.
Sure, I'll take point, and I'm gonna be checking for traps and just. Yeah,
This is the
traps.
divination pool.
You would surmise. So give me an investigation check, please.
Okay.
Is there anything else in the room but the pool? Like, is there something on the other side of the pool?
An investigation check, please.
So that's 16.
16, thank you.
23.
23. Okay. So Leo, as you check around, you don't nothing seems to be trapped. What you do notice is that the pool seems to be empty of any sort of liquid or any other matter. It is just an empty pool. Tybron, as you begin searching, you find a number of these bodies, but most curiously, as you approach the pool, you see one of these bodies, and looking at it, you notice that there are a number of puncture wounds. However, it seems that the fatal blow did not come from an arrow wound that you are quite familiar with. It's much deeper and a little bit wider than a common arrowhead, and it's very jagged. It seems to have been made by a tooth of some sort. A being that you are familiar with. It seems to be made by a dragon tooth, but you don't notice any other puncture wounds of that same variety.
Just one?
Just that one behind the neck. And you also notice that the way the individual is positioned, it looks as if their life essence was poured into the pool.
Mac, I might be careful.
It said it required a sacrifice to learn the teachings.
But what are you going to do with the teachings if it costs you your life?
Well, it didn't say a self-sacrifice.
This is true.
I mean, it looks like that's what I would guess would have happened.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask Diderius, but
Yeah.
we're still a little ways from that, so...
Yeah. Just be careful, please. Let's not jump towards...
I'm gonna walk over to the edge of the pool. I'm
Okay.
gonna crouch down and look, see if there's anything knowing what about the sacrifice has to be made, but the pool is empty. There's no trace of anything.
Give me an investigation check.
And the said weapon isn't around, or they're...
Not that you can see. Even with that roll and knowing what you'd be looking for, not that you can tell.
15.
It's tough to tell in this dim light, but as you begin to touch and feel around within the pool itself, you don't feel any remains of any sort of solid liquid, anything that has been remaining in this pool itself. It seems to be completely and totally empty.
Oh, it's a dry pool.
Dry pool.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I thought there was still stuff in it. Okay.
Very, very
Yeah.
dry. Very much dry.
Oh, I want to go swimming.
Oh.
Oh.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get up and walk past.
So you would find yourself
Yes,
at
this pool
so
is
the
empty.
chamber ends in a dome at the edge above the pool itself. To your right hand side, you would notice another door, and then as you all emerge, there was another door on the left hand side that looks to have a number of boulders and rocks that have fallen through it, very similarly to what you found in the mosaic chamber.
So it's the other side. Okay.
Go to the other side.
So there are 3 doors in this room: one that you've entered from, one back to the mosaic chamber, and then one that is yet
The
to
one
be
we haven't
explored.
gone through.
Through the good door then?
Through the door. Let me check for traps though.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Got those luck points.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But-
use a luck point.
You
That's
got
just
it.
when you tell Balasar to go first.
Yeah.
So 15.
What was that?
15.
15. Thank you. I apologize. Looking around the door, you don't seem to see any traps.
Okay.
I'm gonna push in, keep going,
Right.
take charge.
And I'm gonna go stealthily because the more doors that we open.
So the door opens, and you first thing you notice is down this hallway there are 3 braziers on each side of the wall that seem to be glowing this strange ethereal orange and strangely blue flame that flicker down this hallway, emerging into a 20-foot high chamber that's about 20 feet across, 20 feet high, and actually 30 feet in width, 40 feet in width. Set in the center. The walls, I should say, as you walk in, are decorated with life-size frescoes of the lost gods of Netheril and Honoria, many of which I think only Balasar and Fleetfoot would have passing familiarity with from lore and study. As you all emerge, you get the overwhelming into the chamber. You get the overwhelming sense that it would be very disrespectful to disturb anything in this chamber. You all feel everything should remain as it is.
Everybody knows not to touch anything, right?
Yeah, no touchy. Hands behind my back, like my mother always told me.
As you walk into the center of the room, there is a very large sarcophagus that sits, gold and fully gold, with a little bit of silver inlay, ornate but somehow still plain, showing an individual of great power, you would imagine, but one who was not drunk with it.
Diderius?
You would surmise.
I would, like, purple robe, does it have color, or is it...
Gold and silver, and then give me an investigation check as you walk up to the sarcophagus.
14.
It's tough to tell in this dim light, frankly. As you approached, any sort of specifics, you're just able to make out the very clear gold
But I would
and
guess
silver
that-
filigree. As you approach the sarcophagus, all of you would hear a very deep and booming voice emerge from the sarcophagus. And it says to you, "You approach Diderius in repose. I know what you seek." Then there is a very long pause. The voice echoes, "Yuan-Ti have taken the one called Verum. Beyond their portal, in the northern wall. Be prepared, for when you say, 'I shall open the way,'" and then it falls silent.
Your librarian said that you could help me learn some divination, and your pool was all dry. Didn't know if you could help me with that.
Silence.
Cool.
Sarah, do I need to pick something? No, I wouldn't. No.
No.
What can you tell us of the cult?
I
Giving affirmations,
I-
you're ready?
I follow it. If there was
Yeah.
no response
There's
from me,
no
I would
response, Yeah.
Yeah, once again, no response.
That's what he asked us to say.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
with that,
What about Leaf?
He's in the other room.
He's in
still.
the other room still.
Right, we're about to go.
I'm
Okay.
sure he'll be able to find us.
so with that, there is a large and shifting as the door opens. And actually, let me get the map.
Stealth.
Got it. Stealth check, please.
Ooh, so that's 18 plus 11.
29.
Has it been an hour
39.
yet?
39.
Alan? Has it been an hour yet? Probably.
You're approaching.
Okay.
So you still have the
So-
plus 10.
29 plus 10, so 39.
Got it. All are here.
Okay.
So go ahead. Yeah. So go ahead and set you up where you
So
want
where's
to
the
be.
sarcophagus? Because I'm up on it.
Oh, That's in this room back here.
Oh, this is the.
Yeah,
Are
this
we
is the
ready?
next room.
Yeah. Here, let me get this for you so you can see I've got the sarcophagus.
So Leaf is not here.
Just in case you decided to fuck with Diderius.
I'm just trying to learn some divination. Damn it.
So that was the wall that opened.
Okay.
I would have been all up in there going forward, so
All right.
just like I have been.
Okay, so here's what
You
you
wanna be
see,
here?
because
Yeah.
it is important
Okay.
that you do, because you do see a great many things.
Can you turn that down just
Yeah,
a
for
little
sure.
bit? I'm sorry.
Do you like that? Are you off to the side?
I would have kind of come in and gone this way.
Oh, gotcha. That was weird.
What was it?
He stepped on the headphone wire and it cut out, and now just all of a sudden I couldn't hear anything. I thought I went deaf for
Oh,
a second.
no.
It was great.
Oh,
Oh. So yeah, off to the side, huh?
I guess so.
Oh, that's a lot of snakes.
Because we didn't see those the second we walked in, did we?
Careful,
Oh,
Shield.
yeah, I'm definitely not done.
That's a lot of sodium. We got a ramen noodle exhibit.
That's okay. I have
Is Prince accurate to what I'm seeing?
You got all these friends.
Love it.
Yanti.
Hey, yo, snake. You cute as hell.
So there's lizard folk and okay. I guess I wouldn't be there quite yet then.
You
Oh.
will still be emerging.
Oof. Duh.
Oh boy. Are you guys ready for this?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we good.
We good, fam.
Okay.
Okay, let me go ahead and get this thing started here. Alrighty. Let me make sure I have this written down.
No dwarf.
Now that you can see right now.
Okay.
So, as you emerge,
I've got some fun things that I can do now.
Hey, same. I'm real hype. Give me the radius.
sorry guys, I want to make sure I have all this stuff right for you.
That's twice as big as this.
I love how everyone starts pulling out the lines. And
Yeah.
Everybody
All right, let me
immediately.
line this up.
Not me. I ain't got nothing like that.
I ain't got no cones.
So, initiative?
So, it's actually important. So, you all
Thanks, vitamin C.
would look in, and as the door opens, you all have a surprise round. As the door opens, and you see these individuals, and they are not expecting you, and you go storming into the room. So, before initiative order, you all have a surprise round. So,
Awesome.
Who?
Perfect.
I need marching order as to who
will-
would be going in the room.
I'm
first.
standing by the
first.
doorway
I mean, I would
and
charge.
stealthing.
I
As
heard
the first one to
Balasar
say
charging
aye.
in first, and then who'd be going in behind
I would go
Balasar?
second.
Tiberon second. Who's in third?
I mean, I guess
Then it'd be
third.
Fleetfoot, and then
I need to go before you.
Leo.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
let
need
me-
to go
I
before
gotta
you. Otherwise, I'm gonna hit you.
I'm gonna stand by the. I'm standing by the doorway.
I don't want to.
All right. So
but-
you're standing by the door.
just
You'd be
wanted
in the
to
back. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. I would
Okay.
kind of probably.
Sneak past me invisibly. Well, me invisibly.
Well, this is you, right?
Yeah.
He's back.
Okay.
I'll be there.
I'll be here.
As long as I can see over to this.
Yeah. I guess I'm about to get hit, but that's okay.
Okie dokie. So,
Can I go first? Are you okay with me going first?
For the surprise round.
I mean, as long as you keep them close together.
Oh, I'm not gonna move them.
Oh, okay.
I would.
all right, guys. So, who's going first?
I am.
All right, Tybron, what are you gonna be doing?
I'm gonna cast a spell.
All right, what's that spell gonna be?
Conjure Barrage.
All right, where are you gonna shoot it?
From here, it's a 60-foot cone.
You got it. So you're gonna run in.
Yep. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must exceed a Dex saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 damage on a fail save, or half as much.
How many are we looking at here?
So 60 foot would be twice this.
Got it. So, it's
So
gonna be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So we've got 2 of the Yuan-Ti, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of the lizard folk.
Sure.
Is that what we got?
No, you have
it's like
three Yuan-Ti and 4 lizard folk. 1, 2, 3, and then
3
one,
Yuan-Ti, 4 lizard folk, right? Okay, we're gonna do the Yuan-Ti first.
Yep, my dex is 15.
Fail. Natural 20 success. 14 plus 2, 16 success. So 1 failure on the white Yuan-Ti there that's not painted, and then the other 2 are succeeding. Then there are 4 lizard folk. We're going to do them around 2. That's a natural 1, so that's a fail. Fail. Success. Fail.
Okay.
Cool.
Do I roll 7 separate
So
3d8 or
so it's
damage, or is it
one
just 1
3d8, and that's going to be the damage because you're literally shooting and barraging all at once.
Well,
so
it's
saying-
no, I'm throwing not.
Oh yeah. So because you're throwing it up, that's going to be all the same damage on that 3d8 in the cone.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Actually, that's the answer because it's a spell. I'm not using the bow, so there's no
Yep.
cold damage on it. I just threw a d8 over here. Okay. So 3d8,
Yep.
and it's just 3d8.
Yes, sir.
It's not horrible. 13 plus 6 is 19.
19 points of damage. So for those who failed, they take 19. All right.
And then I guess.
Successes take 8 points of
Do we
damage.
get in a surprise round? Do you
9
get?
points of damage.
Is it like a full action movement,
You
bonus
get an
action?
action, movement, bonus action.
So
and
that would have
surprise
been my
round.
action. So to run in, that's 15 feet. Then I guess I would kind of back up closer to Mac. I know that I'm about to get hit real hard with this guy, but that's okay. So I cast that spell. For my bonus action, I will go ahead and... Which one of the Yuan-Ti failed?
The one that's closest to you, right there.
I'll cast Hunter's Mark on him.
You got it. So it is marked. So you can go ahead and grab one of those columns if you like it, those circles. And he is marked. Perfect. All right, next up, Ballas, are you running in?
Yep.
All right, what you got, my man?
I'm gonna run straight up here, and I'm going to cast a spell.
All right.
I'm casting.
Everybody
Agonizar's
knows spells
Scorcher.
besides me.
All right, what is that? Is that a roll to hit? Or-
You are going to need 1, 2,
I'm gonna run to
4,
the restroom.
5 dex saves.
All right, who's it all hitting?
That's hitting slime.
All right, so Yuan-Ti. So the first Yuan-Ti there succeeded, failed on the lizard folk, success from the Yuan-Ti. What's your save again?
15.
Fail on the last. Two successes, 2 fails.
Wasn't it 5, not 4?
Is there another lizard folk in it that I didn't get?
There's 3 lizard
Lizards,
folks,
2
2 yawns.
Last lizard folks. So 3 successes, 2 fails.
8
8 points of damage.
of fire damage.
Of fire damage. Okay, so even with half, that one's fried, that one's fried, that one's there, and that one's fried. So 4 lizard folk. Yeah! And are burned to a crisp just as you run into
4
the room.
lizard folk? There's only 3 in the line.
Oh, 3 in the line? Oh, I'm
There's
sorry. My
3
apologies.
lizards
2
and
Yuan-Tis.
2 that's what it is. Thank you. Okay.
So the
8 points
3
of damage.
lizard folk.
So both Yuan-Ti succeeded. So that's going to be due. Okay, you got it.
So lizard folk are dead.
2 lizard folk are dead. 1 is barely standing.
Which
Let
one?
me go
would
grab
be,
him.
Yeah. Because this will
So-
determine for me.
Yeah, right?
Oh, we killed some guys?
So the
Yeah.
2 lizard folk that were immediately in the brunt of that scorcher just get charred into a corpse and fall over dead. The other 2 Yuan-Ti just seemingly surprised, but
I'm gonna move forward and use my bonus action to attack the hunter's mark.
you got it.
Hmm.
That's disappointing. I'm going to assume that a 13 doesn't hit.
13 just misses.
Cool. That's my turn.
All right, you got it. Next up is going to be Fleetfoot charging in.
So I'm gonna come in around here, and I'm gonna do a 6th level fireball.
What is the
Fuck.
radius on that?
20 foot.
20-foot radius.
Yes.
So Ballasar is going to be in that?
No, because it's at a point I choose.
So
Okay.
it's a 40-foot diameter.
So 40-foot diameter, right?
It's
So that's a
20-foot
20-foot
radius.
diameter there.
Yeah, that's
20 foot.
It's double that.
A 20-foot
size.
radius sphere.
So that's a 20-foot diameter sphere?
Oh, so it's double.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
twice
So
as
can
big.
I aim it in the back?
You can, but I would say with
I would
that...
say-
Check
yeah.
the corner from 40
Yeah, I'd
feet
check
that way,
check the
'cause-
corner for 40 feet, because
'cause
that's 30 feet.
right
so
there,
Ballasar would be
I
in it.
am in it.
And you
Even
hit
if it's
yourself.
back
You're
here.
even
Yeah.
if it's back there.
Tight quarters fireballs, man. And you would know that, so I'm totally cool letting you have a thought on that one.
Fireballs are huge.
That's why they're such a sick spell.
This is for a 10-foot radius.
Yep.
The outside.
That's a 20-foot diameter.
So yeah, 10-foot radius.
Okay, well then, there goes that plan. I'll do a 6th level shatter then,
Okay.
and catch these 4.
Got it. So
So 3 on T and a
one
lizard.
So what's the save on that?
Con save of 17.
Fail for the Yuan-Ti. Fail for the Yuan-Ti. Fail for the Yuan-Ti. And fail for the lizard folk. All of them fail.
Cool. So 78. 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 24, 26, 30 points of thunder damage.
All right. So with that, thunder rings out. And, let's see here. That lizard folk broken into pieces, and the Yuan-Ti are looking ragged.
And then I'm going to... I'm doing okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to use Bardic Inspiration on Balasar.
All right.
Got it.
And that'll be it. I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. With that, Leo, you're up. You are hidden.
Right, I am hidden. So I'm going to peek around the corner and shoot that lizard folk that's right
This
over
one?
there. Yeah.
Got it. Go ahead and give me a roll to attack, please.
Is that with advantage?
It is with advantage, and it will be with sneak attack should it hit.
So that's 24 to hit.
24 will hit. Go ahead and roll for
Okay.
damage with sneak attack and with poison.
Cool. So that's 66.
It's like 66. Oh, 6d6.
Yeah, that's only with the dragon slaying arrow with that white dragon named Glaziel that one time.
That's true. The one shot.
Yeah. Tink. No, wait, that wasn't with Glaziel. That was with Arothator.
The second one?
Second one.
Yeah.
So that's 15 plus the 2d8 for the poison.
Yep.
All right. So
Can you use inspiration on initiative?
Not on initiative.
Okay.
We all, the ones that passed on the statues, still have advantage.
On
intelligence
check
saves?
for 24 hours.
Checks or saves?
Saves for 24
Has it been
hours.
24 hours yet? Not yet.
It's been about half that because it was right before we fought the
that's right.
raids, and then 8
So
hours.
7 points of poison damage, and then I need
Plus-
to roll another d8.
You got it. Plus the 16 points of... How many points of...
Piercing damage.
How many
it was
points? 15 plus 7, okay.
yes.
Then plus the other d8.
So then that's 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 more points of damage.
With that, you duck out, and it slices into the lizard folk's throat, and he...
Dead.
As the crossbow fells the lizard folk with one shot.
Awesome.
Sneak attack. Rogues, guys. That's crazy.
And then for my bonus action, I would just like to stealth.
All right, you got it. So give me a bonus action hide, and
Okay.
now we're gonna roll for initiative.
Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't rolled initiative yet.
We screwed them up that round. That was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
they
did.
rolled pretty well for
So-
initiative, so they're pissed.
Are we still within the hour?
Of what?
So for
Pass without a
Pass
trace.
without a trace, yeah.
Yeah, we're barely within it. Still.
Okay,
You probably
so
have
then
a minute left.
So then that's 21 plus 10, so that's 31 for my stealth.
You got it. So you
For my
kind of
bonus
duck back
action?
into the hallway.
Cool.
All right, 25 to 20.
20.
Oh, I need to roll first.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So 19, 20, 22. 22.
22. Thank you. Uh, 20 to 15.
16.
16. Okay. They rolled really well for initiative and shit everywhere else.
Well, then I'll go last.
20-foot radius is double this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's a 20-foot
His
diameter.
radius is half.
Radius is half.
Your
Yeah.
radius is half.
I don't math so well. That's why I'm real glad that Rachel does.
Okay, with that, top of the round,
Geometry.
Leotaurus, you're up. You are ducked in a hallway.
Trigonometry.
I'm assuming they all beat a
Both?
5.
Calculus?
Yeah.
Algebra.
I
Yeah.
assumed by the way.
Yeah, 19 and a 15, 19 and a
take
17.
one.
Okay. I'll go last. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, might as well ask, right?
What was your initiative?
22.
Yeah, you get to go first, man.
Okay, cool.
Right, Alan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you all still blocking me?
Yeah, man.
We'll just do it all in front of you.
You ducked back.
Shit,
You're all stealthy
bitch.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're ducked into the hallway. What do you gotta do?
Okay, so I'm going to sneak right over here
Okay.
up to this corner to where you are, and shoot one of the monsters there.
All right, you got it. It did not see you, so go ahead and give it a shot against the lizard folk. You said
Not
The
lizard folk,
Yanti.
the Yanti. Okay, so that's actually a different perception roll. Yeah, still doesn't see you.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's roll with advantage.
Yep, and then it'll be with sneak attack.
I got 12 on both. Okay, so 12, 13, 14.
How many did we kill in that surprise round?
18, 19. So that's 20 not natural.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
4? That's not bad.
And then, so
Did a
that's
lot of
with.
damage.
Well, everyone did bulk damage, like to multiple area damage. Yeah.
I hope one of the Yantis are named Key.
9, 10, 11.
Key?
Key Yanti.
13,
Oh, Key Yanti.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 points of piercing damage.
All right, and,
And then.
poison damage.
That's just the piercing damage
Yeah,
for the.
2d8 for poison.
7, 8, 9. So that's 9 points of poison damage.
So 31 points total.
And then
What's given in poison?
my cloak.
Oh.
Whenever he's hidden and
So-
does a sneak attack.
Yeah.
That nifty cloak I got.
So
Nice.
It's got spiders on
1. So that's 5 plus because since it's a +1, so then that's 6, and then 6 more points. of
37 points of damage in total.
Yes.
So as you duck out, you emerge, the spidery cape flowing, cake, right? The
Spidery
spidery cape flowing around you, coating the tip of your crossbow bolt in a very deep black energy, and it slices through the air and stabs into the Yuan-Ti's head, and it falls to the ground dead.
Leo, have I told you how good that cloak looks on you?
Thank you. And then, so then my bonus action is going to be to
What spell did you
hide
use?
again.
All right, you got it. So pick a spot to hide, and the DC is going to be a little bit higher because of. Oh, you're backing back into the hallway. All right, cool.
Oh.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Next up, Fleetfoot. You're up.
Cool.
So then that's 21 plus
10.
10,
So
so
31.
31.
So all of my spells have a large area of effect, so that really screws up.
I mean, to be fair, you guys have been fighting in pretty large areas up until here, so that's
I didn't
pretty
really
fair.
pay much attention to the radius. I mean,
Oops.
to be real. So I guess
Are
I'll
all
just
of them
do
radius?
most of them, yeah. Because I want to attack these. So let me do a 4th level shatter.
Okay.
Con save of 17. I can't set it to get all 3.
That's a
okay.
success.
Does that count?
As long as it's touching them, they're in. So that's a success. That's a success. And
Yeah.
the lizard folk fails.
Because if you set it down and touch it.
Gotcha. Okay, so it does hit all 3. You said 2 successes.
2 successes and a fail. Yep.
So it is 5d8.
What was the third thing it was hitting? The lizard folk.
The lizard
All 3
folk
of
and the
those.
2
Got it,
Yanti.
yep. Got it. The only remaining standing lizard folk. Got it.
Okay.
Oh, on that side.
Yeah, there's one over there too.
Yeah.
11, 13, 17, 18 points of lightning.
Okay, so that's halved for the other one.
Yes, for the successes.
So 18. That's halved to
9.
9. You're right. The one of the Yanti gets blasted against a wall and is dead. The one, that white one there with Hunter's Mark, dead. The other one's looking pretty ragged, but just barely holding on. And that lizard folk is super dead.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna throw a bardic inspiration Tibbs' way.
Cool.
Oh,
It is
nice.
now. You want to move at all?
You never
Fleetfoot?
throw me Bardic Inspiration, I'll have you know.
I know, because you're always hidden.
You don't need it.
You don't need the
You like
inspiration.
go through whole battles without taking any damage.
You don't need the inspiration. And then I'm gonna step further away, like over there.
You got it. Okay, so with that, it is now the Yuan-Ti turn. Yuan-Ti's turn.
Here. To you, because you heard it. I'm gonna go between you all.
It saw a lot coming from you, so I'm sorry, but they're both coming at you. That's 4 attacks at you, and then the lizard folk by you. Tyberon is going to take his attacks.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, that
Do they all
surprise
go-
round, guys, is valuable.
They all go on the same initiative.
It's one right after the
Oh,
other.
they
So I'm
rolled
just gonna
that,
have them
okay.
go on the same
Okay,
turn.
cool.
Okay, so 4 attacks coming at you, Fleetfoot. Here we go. Well, that was not a great way to start that one right the fuck off. Yeah, that's a 6, so that misses. That's a 19,
Hits.
natural 20,
Ooh.
and a 17.
Just hits.
Did he say
Okay.
natural 20?
He did.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Okay, so the first Yuan-Ti on your left, it looks really ragged, kind of slithers up and just slings a scimitar in front of you.
Did Balasar get an attack of opportunity when that one came up?
He just nabbed between
He went
everybody's.
around.
Yep.
Damn it.
If Balasar was holding a glaive, let's say, he would have had
A
an attack of
+2
opportunity.
glaive.
Uh,
Okay, so
You need a feat for that.
you hold it with your
No,
hands.
You
it's
need-
two-handed.
oh, as you know, polearm as you
Polar
move
Master,
into
you
the,
need.
yeah,
You need
As
You don't hold it with your feet.
enter and then leave.
Hold it
Okay,
with your
so
hands.
1d.
FEAT, not FEET.
So
Like
the
feature.
first
Yes.
slash from him as he recoils is 9 points of slashing damage. The next is for the critical. That's 4 times 2. That's 8 plus 3 is 11 points of slashing damage. And then 7 points of slashing damage. The Yuan-Ti just
27 total.
27 total. The lizard folk behind you, Tiburon, is going to just and bring his axe down on you. Actually, no, he's going to hit you with his. He's going to bite and then hit you with a club.
Okay.
So the first one to hit, natural 20 for the bite.
Good lord.
Okay.
Stop rolling.
Yeah,
Notice he's not offering to take pictures
and
now.
it's a 14 plus 4, so for 18 to hit for the second one.
Just hits.
Okay, so the bite is going to be 12 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and the club will be 4 points of bludgeoning
Hello?
damage. as
For
it
16 total?
and just yes, 16 total.
Okay. Thanks, bud.
All right, you got it. As it gets back behind his spiky little shield. Then it's going to be Tybron, your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
I don't think I'm on.
Did you just come unplug that?
Hello? Okay, there I am.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a fun little dive and kind of roll out of the way here.
All right, so I would say it's going to be an acrobatics check to see if you avoid the attack of opportunity. 'Cause it's gonna,
That's a-
inspiration.
Oh, yeah, I'll use the bardic one because I have hit it. 6 plus 8 is 14.
yeah, so 14. So the DC to avoid it was a 14, so he is attacking you with disadvantage.
Yes. He also gets disadvantage because of my escape the horde.
That he does. So that's 5 plus 5 for 10 to hit.
Nope. Misses.
All right, he
No.
swings.
I wish. So he
Alright.
misses.
He misses.
You gotta
Cool.
subtract
For my attacks, I'm gonna. Both of these Yuan-Ti have been damaged, correct?
One has not been at all. It's very clear. One is on his last leg, and the other
Okay.
one has not been.
I'm gonna move my hunter's mark to the one that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which was which one?
The one that's closest to you.
Oh.
The one that's furthest away is the one that is
Oh, that's right.
literally on death's door.
I'm gonna attack the one that's furthest away first
You got it. Go ahead and roll to hit.
with
don't miss.
sharpshooter.
Okay.
That's reassuring.
20 minus 5 is a 15.
15 hits.
Cool. So that's 10
You
points
do
of.
not even need to roll for damage. It was at 1.
Oh, okay.
As the arrow and it slices into its head, and you see it pierce through one eye and come out the back of the head, and Fleet, with a little bit of yellow, strange, and slightly warm gore hits your face.
Still better than the inside of a toad.
Cool. I'm gonna go for the other one.
All right, you got it.
Sharpshooter
Roll to
again.
hit. You got it.
This one's probably gonna miss. I rolled a 3 plus 11 is 14.
14.
Oh wait, nope.
just-
I'm gonna.
Is it sharpshooter?
It
you
is
said?
sharpshooter, so it's minus. So it'd be 9. But I'm gonna use my DM inspiration.
All right, you got it. So that's 9 plus your DM inspiration.
I rolled a 1.
So
That's
10. 10 unfortunately misses.
Yep, that's fine.
So the next arrow clatters as you see it slice through one Yuan-Ti's. It just distracts your vision enough, and it ching, ting, 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 clatters in the cavern surrounding you. You've made a lot of noise, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Just FYI.
is that not good?
Anything
We don't
else
know
you'd like
yet.
to do this
You're
turn,
right.
Tiburon?
I've used all of my movement, I think, because I kind of dipped and I attacked twice. I've moved my bonus action. Yeah, that's it.
All right, you got it. Next up, Balasar, you're up.
I'm gonna move forward to the guy next to Fleetfoot and
You
attack.
got it. You are flanking. That's an
I
attack
was gonna
with
say
advantage.
that's flanking, right?
Perfect.
That would be. Doesn't have to be.
Has to
on
be a
exact-
direct parallel.
Direct
Oh,
opposites.
Or direct, yeah, directly across.
I was thinking
25.
Yeah, 25 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Don't forget those 2d4 lightning.
Love it.
And you're inspired.
Did I used my bardic inspiration, didn't I?
You
Yeah, I
did. You used your bardic
Before
and your
your
DM.
Yep, that's right. No more inspiration.
18 points of damage.
18
You're the
points
meaning
of
in my
damage.
life.
Okay.
You're the inspiration.
Stop.
You're the inspiration.
22.
To hit, that'll hit.
12 points.
Okay. As you just
he's hurt
slicing
now.
into this snake-bodied form with the
21.
with strangely humanoid arms and legs, just not
21.
represented. 21 to hit. Yeah, that'll hit.
15.
All right.
And how's he looking?
He's looking hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to attack.
You got it.
19.
19 to hit. 19 will hit.
11 points.
All right, you got it. As it as you use 4 continuous strikes into its body. Looking pretty rough, guys. That'll be your turn.
That'll do my turn.
You got it. Okay, top of the round. Leo, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna come over to this corner,
Okay.
come over and just peek out at the lizard folk that's still right there, and then shoot him.
Got it. Okay, so since you're peeking right into like his vision, I'd say with his dark vision, he would see you because you're literally just ducking out and right in
Even
front of
with
his
my
face.
30.
Yeah, I'm
stuff?
literally. It's the difference between like you're in the shadows versus emerging by this being that's right in front of you.
Okay.
And I would say that like that's just something that you'd be like, oh shit, like he's there. It surprised the
Oh, okay.
shit out of him, but like holy shit, you're there.
Okay, cool. Alright, so then I guess I'll just roll to attack.
Yeah, that'll be a roll to hit.
And I feel like there's something bigger coming, so I don't really want to waste my luck point on it. So that'd be 5. 13 to hit.
13 just misses.
Alright, okay, cool. So then I miss, and what I'm going to do with my bonus action is go back and hack.
You got it. Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Next up is Fleetfoot. Sorry, guys.
So.
It's okay.
That's
How dare you?
13 plus 11.
Plus 10, so 34.
34.
All right. Well, this
He's looking pretty ragged.
Yanti in front of me, looking pretty ragged, and has Hunter's Mark. Is that what the?
Yeah,
So that's just advantage.
that's damage for extra damage
That's
for me.
for
Oh,
him,
just
yeah.
for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
just for me.
Then I'm gonna. No, I want to save spells. I'll attack with my rapier.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. Your +1 rapier hasn't seen any your rapier hasn't seen any action.
That is a 17.
17 will hit. Roll for damage.
8 plus 5. So 8 points, and then I would also like to use my psychic blades.
All right, you got it.
I haven't had those come out in a while.
You haven't, so don't forget to use that bardic inspiration.
Keep forgetting to say that. I've been meaning to Elder Strike this whole time.
I was waiting for it.
I've been like meaning to say it every. Oops.
You said don't forget the bardic inspiration.
Yeah, doesn't it take an inspiration? To
Oh,
use the
yeah, I
psychic
thought
blades?
like I was like I don't get one.
No.
Ooh, good
So,
rolls.
10, 14, 18, 19 extra points.
19 extra points. How do you want to do this from that one?
My old favorite with the psychic blades, 4 right through the neck, so it just guillotines it off.
You got it. With that, you stab the rapier, and as the blood begins to gush out from the torso, as the snake-like head of this entity looks at you with the humanoid body and form, the blades come from nowhere. The purple-pink psychic blade slice into the neck, and the head falls off and clatters into the ground.
As it falls to the ground, I'm going to say, hiss off.
You got it.
I just want to make that known.
Did you want to use your reaction?
They are human. You've said humanoid a few times. Yeah, I do.
Your DM is benevolent.
He is benevolent. So my mantle of whispers. Yeah.
I'm kidding, podcast listeners. It's a joke. Would you
Yeah,
like to use
mantle
it?
of
Okay,
whispers.
So using your reaction, you were able to capture his form.
Perfect.
And you would know it as a he. Captured his form.
And I don't gain any of the information until I transform into it?
No. You do not gain anything until you
No,
transform.
I don't. Okay. Good
All
to
right.
know.
Next up is the... Is that your turn, Mac? Yeah, that's everything. That's out of movement. Did you want to move?
No, I'm good.
All right. The lizard folk is going to see if he runs the fuck away. No, he doesn't. He stands and fights because he's a badass. He's going to run up to you,
Or
Tiberon,
stupid.
because
Good
you
luck to
rolled
you.
out of his way. And take a bite attack, which is a natural 19. And then a natural 3 for the club. So the club misses, but the bite hits.
Okay.
And I rolled a 1, so 1 plus 2 is 3 points of damage as he bites into you. And then leans back away.
Stop it.
Tiberon, you're up, actually. As this lizard folk just moves back into your space.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move 15 feet out of his way.
Got it. He attacks with disadvantage. 14 to hit.
Nope.
Yep. He just...
I'm
and
gonna
misses.
use my hunter's bonus action to move the hunter's mark.
You got it?
And has he been hit yet?
No.
Fun.
No, he hasn't. I
He-
tried.
He was like, fuck, who's this guy? And
I'm
That's
gonna-
why he's the badass
I'm
that
gonna
stayed.
attack him.
okay.
That's a 27 to
yeah,
hit.
that'll hit. That'll hit real bad.
So this'll do
1d8 plus 1d6.
and a D4.
And a d4. You
For
are correct
colds?
for that cold damage.
So 13 plus 7 is 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. Okay, as the arrow, you see it hit into his collarbone, and he's just kind of gasping for breath. It looks like you punctured a lung, and he's having a lot of trouble breathing.
I'm gonna attack him again.
You got it.
Are you though?
Probably not with a 13.
13 just misses.
Nope, because I got a 13.
As the arrow, you feel the adrenaline pump into your veins, and you release a second arrow, and it ting, ting, ting on the side of the dungeon wall.
13 don't hit.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Balasar.
I'll
You're
use
up.
the rest of my
Oh,
move.
you're
Is
using
he the last guy here?
He looks to
Yeah.
be.
I'm gonna football tackle grapple him.
Okay, give me it's competing athletics checks. It's a 13 from him.
Athletics?
Yeah.
23.
All right, you tackle him and just get you bind his arms. You just wrap him up from behind and pick him up off the ground physically, and he's struggling, but he is very weak and extreme. That arrow is, you feel it now, just poking into your plate armor. You kind of feel the pressure, and you're like, holy shit! The arrow went all the way through him. And as you pick him up off the ground.
Got him, guys.
So at this point, I
Why?
would say that you guys are out of combat. He will continue to make attempts to break free of your grapple every 6 seconds. Just so you know.
Can we not? I captured the soul. We don't need him.
Oh,
You can break his neck if you want.
okay.
That was a natural 18 plus 3 for 21 to break the grapple.
I think he broke.
Yeah.
Did he break free?
Can I?
Oh, yeah, you broke
Can I just release an arrow?
He's gonna break out, swing one attack at Balasar while you loose an arrow at him.
He didn't just break free.
That's a 17 to hit.
It misses.
He boom into the armor as you.
17 to hit.
It hits him. Roll for damage.
Alright. Can you hear me?
I mean, I can. I don't have headphones.
No.
Wow, my 2d8s, I rolled 2 1s.
Perfect.
That's 8, 11 points of damage. Plus 7, so 18 points of damage.
Yeah, through his skull, and it just he falls over limp onto you, Balasar, unmoving, very much dead.
Oh.
The chamber
I already
falls
moved
silent. Balasar, you notice immediately in front of you, where that wall is on my setup there. It's not actually a wall; it is a door. But
Right there.
No, in front of
No,
me.
in front of Balasar.
I'll open it.
On his right-hand side.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, right here. So I'd say you go to open it. It is locked.
Can I make a quick check and see if there's anything valuable on these bodies?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an
Yeah,
investigation
loot the
check.
bodies.
I would also like to collect my
Alright.
arrows that
15.
that
It's
missed.
going to take about 10 minutes. That's fine. I'd say you
It's
collect.
just like-
You shot like 3 arrows.
I don't think we have
So you
time for
collect
that.
1.
I rolled
Yeah.
a 20
Or
on
15, I guess.
for looting of bodies.
All right, so you guys begin looting the bodies. You find
Only want valuable stuff. If there's
Yeah.
anything.
each of the Yuan Ti holding a scimitar. So there's 4 scimitars. The lizard folks holding what look to be
Are you
bases
adding
of
'em?
heavy clubs and trunks of what look to be smaller trees that they have yanked forth. There is some pretty disgusting hide armor on these
Yeah, I'd
lizard
leave
folk. On the Yuan Ti, you don't notice any armor of any real value. There's some jewelry that doesn't look to be super valuable. Seems to be of some sort of not precious metal that's wrapped around their form.
Cool. No, I'd pick nothing up.
So moving forward,
So
I have the form of a Yanti that I can take one time. So if we get in, if we come across something and we're all sneaky about it, I can maybe find out more information. So don't freak out when I turn into a snake.
So through the
You
door?
know what I'm talking about.
But the door's locked. So let me go up and I would like to try to unlock it.
You gotta give me a sleight of hand check with your proficiency bonus.
Everybody feeling okay, by the way?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay.
I mean, I'm just hungry.
I got hit.
That's
a,
money earlier.
I got hit
That's,
a little bit, but
It's a 19.
Oh shit. Okay. You.
So
it is a.
it's a 19
It's a.
plus
honey.
10.
It's a crude lock.
Okay.
So you are able to slip your tools in, and you begin to immediately notice. Oh, this is tink nothing, and it.
Okay. Cool.
The,
All right.
the chain falls loose.
Okay.
Since
Okay.
slip is tool.
Open it.
Would you like to proceed?
I would like to proceed, but stealthily.
Okay. You all.
me too.
So at this point, I would say that pass without a trace.
I already
has
cast it.
failed.
I
again?
cast a concentration spell. Hunter's Mark is
Yeah,
concentration, so it's done.
Got it. So anybody who'd like to be stealthy, give me a stealth check.
The only time it helped
Natural
us,
one.
we were
Got it.
surprised.
So that's 10 plus 11, so
21.
21. Thank you. So as you begin to proceed, what is the marching order?
I'll go first.
I'll go towards the back.
I mean, Leo's first,
yeah.
so I'll go second.
Second. Okay. Balasar.
Yes, I'm third.
Third, and then Tiberon fourth. So I'd say as you begin to make your way, you immediately find yourself on a bridge
I also
descending.
rolled a natural one.
Yep. Oh, don't worry, my man. I'm getting there. You find yourself on a wooden bridge descending downward. And as you begin to step, it's fairly narrow. You are having to walk one by one. You step out onto this passage, and Tiberon, as you step, your first step, it cracks through the wood, and you have to give me an acrobatics check.
Can I? Oh, he's in the back.
23.
You're able to immediately grab the frame of the door you went through, as well as the remaining rope on the bridge, and just not nearly as quiet as you wanted it to be, but you're alive.
You good, Tibbs?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
It's alright.
Let's proceed.
You notice initially this is significantly warmer than it was throughout the Tomb of Diderius, where you have exited, although it is still as dark as it once was. As you make your way down this passageway, sloping 40 feet down, you notice that the walls of this cavern are slick. Rather than being relatively well carved in the tomb, you begin to notice that these walls are much more cave-like and slick, with a very strange green essence on the outside. Moisture drips down from a high ceiling, and the bridge is covered in a very slick moss that hangs over the edge in sort of green cascading falls off the edge. Looking down, the pit over which the bridge extends goes far beyond your vision, even with your dark vision. You're unable to make out the depths of this pit below you. I got me a good check.
I'd like to cast a firebolt downwards over the edge.
What is the range on Firebolt?
120 feet.
Okay. You cast it. Becomes darker, darker, darker before you see it hit at the very edge of the range of Firebolt.
That's
We're-
hella far down, guys.
We're very.
Let's keep moving.
And not fall through,
Yes.
Yes.
please? That's a long way down.
Yeah.
A long way down. I don't like it here.
Let's pick up the pace.
All right.
You all continue down this bridge for about 40 feet before reaching a small alcove. Before you, there is another door to your immediately in front of you and to your right. I will say, as you guys arrive there, everybody give me a quick perception check.
16.
16, thank you.
22.
22, thank you.
15.
15.
15.
Okay.
Before we go through the doors, I would like to cast a 4th level healing word on myself.
All right, you got it.
6, 10, 11, 16.
I'm gonna cast a first level cure wounds on myself.
Just better safe than sorry before we go in.
Yeah.
Seems fair. All right, you have a door immediately in front of you and a door on your right-hand side. Which way would you like to go?
Immediately in front.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Uh,
Then I'd like to stealthily go in, of course.
All right. You roll a stealth check for me, please.
All right. I'm just gonna stealth everywhere that I go from now on.
It seems fair.
I
Honestly.
stealth everywhere, man.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Perfect. You as you open this door, it's not locked. It open up. It is a dark chamber. Very, very large, larger than what you've seen thus far. Inside, you see the outlines with your limited dark vision of what look to be statues of some sort of strange serpentine creature figure. And there are 3 that are set around the room. As you enter the room,
Can I put my
everybody
hands
give
up
me
to... Oh.
a perception check as you guys are walking in.
20, not natural.
20 non-natural, thank you.
13.
13, thank you.
8.
8, thank you.
Are
So
these
that's 21.
21, yep.
the statues are the Yanti that we saw?
They look to be, with that roll, you'd be able to make out with your dark vision in the dark, they are the shape of what look to be idols of some sort of snake-like entity. If you would like to know more, you can give me a religion check or a history check.
Actually, for 1 hour. And how far away are we from, like...
They are about... It depends. There are 3. There's one that's 15 feet to your left, left in front, 30 feet in front of you, and then about 20 feet to your front and on the right-hand side.
But just statues, no other life forms that we can make
So
up.
with all of your rolls, you would notice that there are what looks to be, in the center of the floor, it is bare. It looks to be covered in some intricate carvings as well as a little some tapestries and rugs on the floor itself in the central chamber. In between these statues, the 3 statues, you notice that there are 2 strange-looking, with your dark vision, they just look to be piles of some sort of strange structure. It's difficult to necessarily make out what it is exactly, but it looks to be rigid and jagged in nature, and it seems to be piled on top of itself. But all of you with those rolls hear this and hear the sound of thousands of strange and small snakes begin to pour out of these statues and idols' mouths, falling onto the ground in front of you and filling these strange, what you now recognize as suits of armor, beside you all, and they
Should I turn
and
in?
as they stand, they turn to look at you all, and that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Oh. I was going to turn into a snake.
Thanks for listening to Natural 20. We meet every Tuesday night to roll dice and try to make it out alive. On behalf of the party, I hope you enjoyed this session.